It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. It's early, around 9:30. That's early for me, you know what I mean? It's cold today. Honestly, the cold doesn't give you too much motivation to come out and wrench because you're in a nice warm house with a blanket on your, couch, watching TV, and you think about having a cup of hot chocolate and watching Netflix. Should I do that, or should I go out into the cold and get my hands dirty? As a YouTuber, I have an obligation to continue to provide decent content for my channel. So I guess that's how it feels when you go to work, You have to get up and go to work. Yesterday, my friend Mike from Mike's Lawn Service _Babylon came by and dropped off some more stuff. This time he did have an ulterior motive. He brought his Toro 3650 CCR single stage snowblower for me to fix. He had a bad primer bulb. I had a spare, popped it in, now it works. He does need to clean his carburetor a little bit because it runs on choke and the middle, but when you do full run, it stalls under load. But after we ran it a little while, it seemed to be okay. Just have to get the gas rolling through the jets, and the jets will probably clean itself out if it's not too bad, But anyway, he dropped off this as well as a Toro 826 snowblower. The transmission may have problems, and also the one of the either the auger or the drive handle broke, and it doesn't look like you can fix it either. It has an 8 horsepower engine, and I found out that it's a single pulley system, which means it would work for that Craftsman 827 snowblower that I had with a blown engine. Took the engine off, parted it out, and now I just have it's a good snowblower, you know what I mean? So all I need is an 8 horsepower engine, and that thing looks like it'll fit. I'd have to try to get that engine running though. He says it runs. My son's in remote learning. He's in a lecture right now, so I can't start up any engines. So in the meantime, I thought I'd work on this Bilt XP rear self-propelled lawnmower. It has like the 7.75 Briggs engine. This engine is the typical engine that you could find on the Toro Time Master ones or the Weed Eater 1, the little green riding mower. This is that engine. I haven't worked on this engine much at all. This is actually the same engine that's on my power washer too. So before we can get started on figuring out what's wrong with it, you gotta fix the recoil starter, because if you can't start it or try to pull it, you're not gonna find out what's wrong with it, right? Seems like this bagger might have a hole in it, which is why you have the duct tape that's all around it. I don't know why it's all around it, but we can figure that out later. The cables seem to work okay. That feels pretty good. And these look like they're loose. I mean, too loose, but it doesn't seem like it's seized. We can, however, try to figure out the story on whether or not the engine's locked up or not. This is a good mower. It's a good quality mower. I could tell that when it was new, it was expensive. It has the 1 lever height adjustment for both back and front. All 4 wheels, just 1 handle to adjust the height. Has these intricate handles, which means that, it took a lot to make it, Also, it's rear self-propelled. The reason why rear self-propelled is worth more than front self-propelled is because rear self-propulsion is designed for lawns that are hilly, If you had just a front self-propulsion, right, and you're going up a hill, well, you're actually raising it. So if the front wheels are not touching the ground, you're not going to get the propulsion, so it's useless. You still have to push it up the hill. Because it's rear self-propelled, this will go up hills very well. But if you have a flat surface, a super flat lawn, all you need is the front self-propulsion because it's easier to turn and drags you and stuff. But I personally like the rear self-propelled. I just think they're worth more. Let's look underneath and see if the blades are free. I don't mean free like in no cost. I mean free as in not seized. So the blade seems like it's on there nice and tight. And the engine's not locked up. And it looks like I just did something to this. Oh, how about that? Look, I loosened it up. Oh, I see. Yep, there's something's up with this. You move the blade. I shouldn't mess with that like that. I should pull the spark plug. Because you just never know. Pull the spark plug so that it won't start no matter what. Uh-huh. You know what? This engine is DONESKI! Connecting rod's blown. That's why it was hung up, because the connecting rod would be touching something, you know, and then once you turned it like another direction, it loosens up and it was able to spin. But look. DONESKI. So that's that. This engine's DONESKI. Let's take it apart. But first, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an overview of the other item that Mike brought me. This is a Toro 826 dual stage snowblower. I gotta tell you, I think this might be my first Toro 826. I've had the 5 horsepower ones, okay, 4 of them, and they're very good quality. They're much smaller. The 5 horsepower comes an engine on it, right? Now Mike does have the chute. He just didn't bring it with him. I have the cover to that thing, and as I took it off just to see that it is a single shaft, double stack pulley that would work on my other Craftsman. It has the front cylindrical augers. With the impeller there. It looks like it's in pretty good shape, you know. I don't know if the transmission works. These tires are pneumatic. I think the 5 horsepower ones that I had was solid rubber. But these are well inflated and they hold air. This old gas tank. This is actually a Briggs. It's got a fuel shutoff, starter, recoil starter. Now look at this. It's got some kind of a relay here that's been cut. Now check this out. So when Mike brought it over to me, I think I might have broken it, I'm not sure. But this handle, I thought, was for the auger or drive control, but actually it's more like just a safety switch. It has an electronic safety button in there, right? That it just means that it won't run unless you have both hands on the wheel handled. The one that I broke is right here. See, I have the handle, but it's not adhered to here, you know? But if you just use your finger and push the button, I think it'll work. If you bypass it, you know, by cutting these 2 wires and connecting them, I think that'll bypass the switch, so you wouldn't really need the handle, you know? I've never seen one like this before. Check it out. So pay attention to right there, okay? As I push this clutch down, it engages. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Huh, that's strange. It worked before. Won't go all the way down now. Wait a minute. What if I press this button? No, it still doesn't work. This one though. Pay attention to right there on the axle. See See that? Push it down, and I guess it seems like it's a brake that grips the axle. So is that how you engage the wheels? You know, but don't you have to press both at the same time for it to go forward? You know. So I can't figure that out. Here's the auger engagement. You do that, and the auger's supposed to go on. Here's the chute turning mechanism. You have the throttle fast and slow. Rapide, lent. Here's the transmission. Neutral, first, second. That one's a little hard to do. And now it's kind of jammed. It won't go back. I have to figure it out. Let's try the electric start. I love this GoPro magnetic mount. I'm just mounting it to wherever I want. It's metal. So I don't expect this to start up. I don't really want it to start up actually, but if it does, I'll just shut it off right away. It has a little bit of gas in it. I'm not sure about the fuel shut off, so let's just see. I don't see a choke either anywhere. So here we go. Let's just see if this works. Ooh, there's a choke right here. Étrangère choke. So choke is down. Let's give it a push. Holy cow, cool. So I had the clutch engaged on the right. That's why it started to move forward. When you move it forward a little, the left one engages too. Yeah, see? Then you move it forward a little, it'll go in. So it has to engage inside some kind of a notch. So I'm going to disengage the clutch. I'm going to try that again. Let's take it off of choke a little bit. Cool. So, starts and runs. That's awesome. I almost feel like I don't want to take the engine off now. But it looks like the engine starts and runs. Maybe needs a carb clean a little bit, you know, but I think that'll be good. I'm going to think about this for a minute because, I mean, it seems like such a nice snowblower, you know, for me to take the engine off and just discard the rest of it, right? But it does need quite a bit of work. And I haven't really figured out how the wheels work and all that, you know? Not to mention we couldn't tell whether or not the auger worked either. I'll probably look into this a little bit later. But first, the project at hand. Let me confirm one more time that the connecting rod was busted. I'm gonna take the spark plug out and stick a screwdriver in to see if the piston moves. Spark plug's rusty. It's loose, but you can't hand loosen it. Jesus. See that? Feel tension on it, even after so many revolutions. There we go. Not bad at all. Alright. Here's a screwdriver. Screwdriver in the hole. I feel the piston. I'm going to move the blade. Huh, wait a minute. Connecting rod is connected. And how do you figure the compression being so terrible? You know what I mean? That's odd. I don't think I've ever seen that before. The compression is so bad though that it free spins, unless there's a clutch system on here. I doubt it. Well, it doesn't seem like it. Look. But the connecting rod seems to be connected. I'm gonna have to put this back on and see. Just gonna give her a few rips and see. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, man? You know what? It's turning the flywheel with the recoil, right? But I don't think the flywheel is connected to the crankshaft. I think that's the problem. I think maybe the keyway is busted. That's it. I think that's it. Gonna remove the 3 5/16 nuts on the top to remove the recoil. I don't think I've ever taken one of these engines apart before, so I'm a virgin to this. Recoil works. Look at that. The nut is hand loosened. You're a nut. And the flywheel just moves freely because it's not on. And the keyway is sheared. I'm sorry, the key in the keyway is sheared. There's a piece of it right there. You know what? This flywheel looks completely worn out. There's not even a really distinctive keyway here. It's rounded. See? I don't know if I have another one that looks like this. You can see there's all kinds of metal shavings around here on the crankshaft too. This crankshaft might be DONESKI. Even the threads for the bolt. I guess the threads are okay. But the crankshaft seems a little, you know what I mean? Yeah, that keyway is not even distinctive, you know? I don't think I have one like this. I'm gonna go check and see if I have one. So I went and checked. I've got so much stuff in that shed. It would take me like 2 hours to uncover everything just to find where there would be one. I don't recognize these 4 things sticking out, so I don't think I have one. Because I haven't had too many of these engines, you know? But anyway, I put it back on. I had to engage the bail handle so that the brake would move. You had to get it in between the magneto too, you know? So I have it on here, and it looks like I could stick just a keyway in there. And did you hear something? I heard something move in there, fall in there. Aha, a washer. So the magneto's here, brake pad is there. Got to retract the brake pad so that it'll fit in here. I'm lining up the hole. Let go of the bail handle. Trying to line up the hole better. I have 2 keyways here. A small one, but because this one's worn, I found this one that is a little tighter. But I don't think it'll fit in the groove of the keyway. So I'm just going to use this one. This is the Briggs one. Could only try, right? Yeah, fits in there. Fits in there pretty well, actually. Put the washer back on. I'm gonna go impact this back on there and see if it holds. You know, if it holds, it ought to turn. Seems like it is. Just have to impact this on there nice and tight, that's all. Think it'll work? Got my 15/16 socket. Did it until this stopped moving, so that the nut stopped moving. I'll put the recoil back on. What did I do with those nuts?
Why don't you use those magnetic ashtrays people are giving you?
I know, I never do it. I should just use them.
Get into a habit.
Oh, shut up.
You shut up.
You shut up. Alright. What do you say? Let's give her a rip? Give her a rip. See what happens. Think it'll work? Are you kidding me? This thing started in one pull. Smooth too, really smooth. I'm really excited. I know it doesn't really look like it, but I'm really damn excited, okay? Speed control was very cool too. It almost seemed like you could use either to go, you know, left or right, whether you're left or right-handed, you know, one hand. I feel like you could actually tighten it a little bit more, you know? But man, oh man, this is awesome. It's a really good mower. Feels really good. I don't really think that you can adjust this, doesn't look like you could adjust the tension. I take that back, you can adjust the tension. There's a knob under here, not a knob. Yeah, like a knob. You can probably tighten it. I'm gonna play with that. But let's check out the condition of this bag, because this is a really good mower, you know? I see. Been burnt, so I think maybe it touched the muffler or something and started burning. So I'm gonna get some, I'm gonna try to repair this with some kind of a mesh thingamajig, because this is a nice bagger. You need a bagger for a good machine like this. Do I have another one like this? I'm gonna go check the back and see if I have another one like this. But how about that, guys? Getting this thing to start like that. I was about to take the engine apart because I thought the connecting rod was blown. I thought it was a blown engine, but in reality it was just a sheared key. Pretty cool. Got this Troy Bilt in the back. Looks a little different. This one looks smaller. Yeah, it's too small. Don't fit. guess I'm gonna have to repair that one. I've got this extra screen door mesh. When I was fixing my screen door, when my dog Bobo runs through it and breaks it, I had to buy a new set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up this mesh here, a square pattern that covers about the size of this. Looks like it's about 6 by 6. I'm going to fold it over because I'm going to need 2 sides. I'll show you why I need 2 sides in a minute. I'm just going to fold it like that, 6 by 6. I'm going to cut a square. And I'm going to cut this in half. So I'll have 2 pieces that are identical in size. I'm going to take silicone. Silicone I just got, the gray one. I know it's gray, this is black, but I'm going to patch it up and then take black spray paint and spray it, you know, after it dries, of course. So it's actually good that it's burnt here because this won't fray because it's been burnt, you know. Basically, I'm going to take silicone, put it around the parts without the hole, right, in a square pattern, stick it onto here, do the same thing on the other side so that they mesh together like that. You give it strength that way. So I'm going to do that now. I just sprayed some super clean on here all throughout, let it soak for a bit. Instead of me wiping it off, right, I'm just gonna take my fire extinguisher. My fire extinguisher has been full the entire year, right? But then as winter's coming, I need to deplete the water out of here before it freezes, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna spray it off. There was so much grease in this area here. Thank you. FedEx guy just came to deliver. Looks like we're gonna have a mailbag. Why am I cleaning this, you ask? Because I want to take a picture of it. And I want to take a picture of it clean. So I can at least list it locally on Craigslist, offer up, let go, Facebook Marketplace. Who knows? Maybe I'll sell it before the winter comes. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it, you know what I mean? Seems to work just fine. And that super clean is really great because I just sprayed it on there. I didn't do any agitating or wiping. Just getting some of this debris out of these crevices here with the water. It's easier to do that way. but it's getting low now. I mean, this part here was just packed with grease. Now it's all gone from just water. Guys, gotta try that super clean for yourself. Don't take my word for it. It seems to work really, really well. Look at that. I'm not even gonna wipe it. I'm just gonna take a picture of it like this. I tightened the tension on the drive. It's a little knob where you can just like tighten the tension of it. So maybe now you just pull it a little bit and it'll propel itself better than before, you know? That super clean is really great. Look at that. I've depleted all the water from my fire extinguisher. Dual purpose. Now this mower is nice and clean looking. Good enough to take pictures with, you know what I mean? For the bag. See what I did with the bag? I put the mesh there, but it was really messy, you know what I mean? And I had to take one of my neighbor's paver blocks, put it on the bottom, put the part with the hole on it, and take another paver, put it on the inside of the hole to compress the inner mesh onto the silicone, onto the outer mesh, onto the silicone, you know? I mean, I'll see what happens. It doesn't seem like it's sticking very well, but if I have to go over it again with like Gorilla Tape, you know, on the inside and then the outside again, I think that'll be fine, you know? Then once that's done, I'm gonna put the bag on here and take a picture of it and list it. Mailbag! So my buddy Samuel Sandoval from Red Oaks Mowers, he sends me stuff from time to time. Really generous guy. Thank you, Sam. I don't need to unbox it because you guys can see exactly what it is. It's a DeWalt drill. I've needed a new drill for a long time. I've been using my old Craftsman 19.2. I just got a new battery for it. Seems to work just fine. But as you guys know, I love DeWalt tools. Let's just open it up here and check it out. This is a DCD 708 C2. Delta, Charlie Delta. 708 Charlie 2. All comes in this handy bag. Hey, look, you're getting an unboxing video in one video. Charger base. Instructions. Get out of here, we don't need instructions. Forget about it. Here's the tool. Wow. You could just feel the quality. You know what I'm saying? Sam, do you have one of these yourself? Sam's been getting some new tools lately. I saw it on his Instagram. Once again, go check him out. Red Oaks Mowers on Instagram. Very cool. Small and compact too, you know? It's got a belt clip. And most importantly, it doesn't just come with one battery. It comes with 2 batteries. It's awesome. I wonder if these are interchangeable with my impact. Where is my impact? I don't think so. My impact is so much smaller, look. Well, not so much smaller. Actually, they're the same size. But this is a 20 volt Sam's, and mine is a 12. Oh, what the hell? Let me just try it anyway. It doesn't. It's not interchangeable. I wonder if that's interchangeable with the weed whacker that Jason bought me. All right, so it doesn't have the LED indicator about the status of this battery. Wow. Here's the torque settings. I'll have to figure out how to work that. Oh, there we go. These are torque settings. I wonder what we keep it at normally. That's pretty strong already right there. 2 and 1. I see. 2 is much faster. 20 volt, brushless. It's got a light when you trigger. Lithium ion. That is awesome. Sam, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You know I'm going to be using this on my future videos, man. I'm always going to shout you out every time I use one of your tools. Thank you, baby. I wanted to see if the batteries from the drill that Sam just got me fits into the DeWalt electric weed whacker that Jason got me. They're both 20 volt max. Awesome. That's awesome. Now I got an extra battery or 2 for the weed whacker. So I got 3 batteries for the drill, 3 batteries for my weed whacker. That's just awesome. Love DeWalt tools. And Samuel Sandoval over at Red Oaks Mowers, thank you very much for the gift. You're always very generous. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm packing up for the day. I got this Bilt XP rear self-propelled lawnmower with the 7.75 horsepower Briggs engine going. All it was a sheared key in the Keyway. Fixed that. Bag didn't go so well. Still looks like hell. I have to spray it black. I ended up putting Gorilla Tape on the inside and the outside, and it holds now. Wait for the silicone to dry a little bit. Spray some black quick color on it. Should be good to go. We started this baby up. Figured out that the electric start does work. And the engine does run. Probably going to keep the wheels and try to, put this engine on that 827 Craftsman frame that I have. Make a better snowblower out of this one, since this one has a lot of issues, Thank you very much to Sam Sandoval for the wonderful gift. I really appreciate it. Very generous of you, as always. And also for Charles Cribbs, who wanted the basic wiring techniques book. Thank you for PayPaling me the shipping. I'm going to get this out to you as soon as possible via media mail. Thanks a lot for following me along today's episode, fellas. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey Henry, see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.